The government has lied about the moon landing for how long? Forever. Since they first lied about it and shot their little underwater movie, where we don't know who was holding the camera for the people when they got out of the little tin can Christmas tree rocket ship, right? We don't know who had set up the camera to film them. We don't know what telephone company made them able to call Nixon and say one small, okay. Besides all that, those unanswerable questions, now that it is widely known and accepted by at least a group of people that we are on a level plane under a firmament that is made of a substance that no human thing or person or experiment can break. Now that it's understood, the government decided to pivot, pirouette, backflip, and make a movie about it and make cash off it. And it is to my understanding that they made bank on that movie with Woody Harrelson and what's her face, Scarlett Johansson. Then they made a spoof. What if we needed to cover up something and we shot a movie that we went to the moon? What do you mean, what if? The man who shot the footage, Mr. Kubrick, and then they killed him. What do you mean, what if? Everything that is true in this nation is labeled as conspiracy. Once it's labeled as conspiracy, the people in power know this. And I've covered it, and I've actually said it in my old videos. The people in power know that the pride of the average person in this country cannot bear to be mocked. The average person in this nation hates to be laughed at. They hate to be ridiculed. They hate to be dragged. They can't stand it. They can't stand being the butt of jokes. And so it doesn't matter if they put the finger exactly on the thing and say, I think it's this. Once two people say, you think it's that? Then the person goes, no, I was just thinking aloud. I don't really think so. Very few people have convictions that they're willing to defend in the face of mockery. But as you see me here, I so don't care. I know what God has said, and I know what God is showing me. And the whole world has mocked and dragged me for it. And yet, inch by painful inch, it looks like the mocking side is being dragged over the rope to the side they used to mock. They used to mock, and then all of a sudden, it's woman of God. Don't call me woman of God. Call me what you've always called me. If you've always called me a woman of God, you're welcome to call me a woman of God. If you've called me anything else, never refer to me as a servant of God or a woman of God. I don't care what change of heart you go through. That's between you and Jesus. Never, ever call me that. Call me what you've always called me. Everything that you wrote on social media, everything that you wrote on the reaction videos, keep that energy until Jesus comes back. That is my stance. Always. I've made it so plain here. The Bible says that who receives a prophet in the name of a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. You know what reception is? Reception is the first time I showed up. There's no such thing as knocking on someone's door. They open the door and then you see them and go, hey, Bill. And they're like, wait. I didn't like that. I didn't do it right. Close the door. Let's do it over. Then you close the door. Then you come back and you're like, hey, Bill. That's not reception. The first one, the way you receive it, is a reception. Who receives a prophet in the name of a prophet receives the prophet's reward. Who receives an honorable man in the name of an honorable man will receive an honorable man's reward. I was neither received as the Lord's servant, nor was I received even as Christian brethren. For me, don't flip it now. Keep the same energy until he comes back to adjudicate everything. And so America will always get ahead of a revelation. Proof of this is what happened towards the end of 2024 before the TikTok app went dead. Craft flying in the sky everywhere. And the government thought exactly as I said in 2021. I said that if the government doesn't come out and confess that America has aliens, what's going to happen? Because aliens too are part of the end times, part of the beast system. We are going to be forced to live with what is not human, what is not of this earth. With the devil ruling at the top, don't you think he's going to invite his friends and family members to finally come out of the shadows? Of course they are. Of course they are. When the government realized we've got blips, we've got blimps, we've got things diving into the sea, shooting out, and the people are recording them everywhere, then all of a sudden they came out This is the official NASA commission suggesting that the tall grays, short grays, tall whites. Wait a second. You've denied this thing all your life. You killed some of those people in Roswell to keep this lie secret. You have denied that there's any basis anywhere in this nation. Where did you compile all this information? In the final month of 2024, the US government did that comprehensive. They got those stacks and stacks and stacks. The people have every classification of the types. Even I don't know the types because I don't care about Satan's children. They all of a sudden, they have dossiers of the different types of beings. They only compiled this in October, November, and December of 2024, because that would have been some really quick work. It would be so odd if it wasn't work that spanned 70 years and is always heavily redacted until now. Whenever truth is inconvenient and whenever wickedness is afoot, this nation will lie and obfuscate until the time where they don't need the lie anymore, and then they will pivot and rebrand and make money off it and act like it was their idea to disclose it all along. That way they don't suffer any loss. It's a win-win for them. People who have always wondered about a truth finally get told it's the truth, and then the people feel satisfied. You see, I always knew there was Nazis here, and then the thought goes no further. The thought doesn't say, wait a minute, they might have died, but they have children. Who are these people? What are their identities? Where are they from? Nothing like that. It's just to sit back satisfied, see how wise I was. I always knew. And then the government like, you really are wise. Here's a miniseries that you can watch on Amazon for $12.99 per episode. And so it goes. Just a moment, please.